How's it going, everybody? I'm super excited today to bring you a new video. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite pieces of gear, and that is the ATOMOS SHINOBI monitor. Now, if you saw my What's in My Bag video for 2019, I briefly mentioned the Shinobi, but today I want to go into 5 reasons why I believe the Shinobi should be in your bag for 2020. Let's go ahead and hop into it. All right, so we're back. Now, disclaimer, I currently have the Shinobi hooked up to my camera because, as you guys know, the Fuji X-T3 does not have a tilty flippy screen. Thank you, Fuji. But I want to talk about the reason that I originally wanted to get a monitor in the first place. Now, I don't think that a monitor should replace you knowing how to use your camera to the best of your abilities and to the extent of the camera's abilities. But I will say this, if there's ever a tool out there that makes the job easier, I firmly believe in picking that tool up, and that's exactly what a monitor does. For people like me, I shoot my YouTube videos, I shoot my wedding videos as well, and it's just a tool that's in my bag that helps me do my job better. So there's 5 things that I want to talk about as to why I believe the Shinobi should be in your bag next year for your videos. Reason number 1, the Shinobi has a live waveform. Now, as you guys know, trying to expose off the back of the LCD that's on your camera can be pretty tricky, especially if you're in harsh lighting conditions where you can't see the LCD because it's not bright enough, or if you're shooting in log footage and you have a very bright day, it's pretty hard to nail your highlights just off the back of the camera. With the live waveform, I can get my highlights down to a science so that whenever I put my footage into post to grade it, it's a whole lot easier to work with. So that's reason number 1, is the live waveform that the Shinobi has. Reason number 2 that I recommend the ATOMOS Shinobi is focus peaking. Now, my X-T3 actually has this feature, but once again, trying to focus off the back of the camera whenever I'm in action, whether I'm on the glide camera, even handheld, it's hard to see the peak sometimes. With this screen and it being larger and the colors being bright, I typically keep the peak on yellow. Now you can do red, white, yellow, blue, or I think green as well. Very easy to see regardless of the lighting situation. Also, whenever I'm using my cinema lens, my Rokinon, it's a 1.5 aperture, T1.5. Very hard to nail critical focus just off the back of the screen. The Shinobi helps me do that because, once again, the peak is so bright and the screen is so big, I can do it even at T1.5, no problem. Reason 3, and I kind of alluded this earlier, but it does act as a tilty flippy screen for those of us who don't have a tilty flippy screen. Currently, Canon are the leaders in that, and Sony, they've got some flip screens now available as well. As does Panasonic with the GH model. But for folks like me who shoot with something that doesn't have the flip screen, it's a great safety blanket because whenever I'm composing my image and exposing, I want to be able to see what I'm doing if I am in a selfie type mode, or if I'm here doing my talking head, anything like that. Being able to see yourself on the screen certainly helps. Reason number 4 that I recommend the Shinobi is it's not very heavy. This thing is not going to add a lot of weight to your current rig, especially if you use a smaller or medium-sized MPF battery, which is what it runs off of. It's not going to add a lot of weight, unlike if you were to have a recorder such as the Ninja or even the Inferno. They're going to have a little bit of extra weight because they do have the SSD that's attached to them. With the Shinobi, it's just a monitor. It doesn't record, but all it takes is the NPF battery. Very handy, especially if you're using this on a glide cam. It's not going to rot your arm off trying to carry it around all day, so it is a very light form factor. I appreciate that, and it definitely helps get the job done. And the 5th reason why I believe that you should have a Shinobi in your bag is production value. Now, this may not matter to some people, but it means a lot to me. The reason I say that is the X-T3 is a smaller camera, even with the battery grip still very small. Sometimes it does look like a toy, especially if I have the 23mm on the front, which is a tiny little baby jar looking lens. It can look pretty toyish. However, with the Shinobi mounted on top of the X-T3, it certainly adds a higher level of production to my rig. When this thing's fully rigged up with the cables, with my mic and the handle and everything on top, it looks almost like a cinema camera. I think that goes a long way with clients. They want to see that you're using good gear. Even though we know that a good videographer can make great results regardless of the gear, the client typically does not know that. So I definitely believe it adds that production value to where they look at you while you're working and say, wow, that's a sweet rig that he's got. He's going to be able to deliver some results. Then after that, you just have to show them, yes, I can deliver the results. But like I said, production value is definitely important. important for me. So guys, what I want you to do is comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the Shinobi or your favorite monitor. The Shinobi is the only one that I have experience with. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Also, if you like this video and want to see more content like this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. It certainly means a lot and I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day and we'll see you. What do you think about it, Lincoln? You want to do the video? Lincoln? What do you think about it, bud? Is that a good video? Say hi to everybody. Oh yeah.